Hey everyone, I'm Paolo. Okay, today is a special episode because I am going to be talking with EGOT winner. You know who it is. Whoopi Goldberg. You guys, it's our 12th season and I have been dreaming to interview her since day one. So it's finally happening today. And there's going to be so much to talk about, from her new film Till to her new book, Two Old Broads. So much to uncover. But I'll see you guys with the one and only Whoopi Goldberg.
Spoonful of Paolo, here we go.
You ready? Recording? Okay. Are you ready, Whoopi?
I'm ready, Paolo.
Okay, thank you, Whoopi. Oh my God. Okay, so I first want to start by saying to you, Whoopi, I've been waiting 11 years to have you on our show. You know, it's just my husband and and I know your team's probably like, he's emailing us again, but to have you on our show, I want you to know I am forever grateful to you and your team, and I just love you. That's it. I love you, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to call this month Whoop-vember because you got so many things happening this month, okay? And let's do a quick summary. You got your amazing film Till that has been in the works for 22 years. And I encourage everyone to go see it because it's a film that everyone must see because it's breathtaking. So you got that.
It really is.
It really is. And you're an author Whoopi. You got this book over behind me, okay, that you co-wrote, okay, Two Old Broads. It's phenomenal. It's funny. I loved it. And then of course we got talk show host Whoopi on The View, season 26. I mean, Whoopi, did you ever think that at this age you would have so much on your plate and working on these incredible projects?
I hoped it would be like this. I hoped it would be still interesting and still engaging for me. You know, I get bored easily.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to not be bored.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny you have the book there, Paula. It's my friend Dr. Hecht, you know, M.E. Hecht. She was an extraordinary woman. She was a great surgeon at a time when there were not surgeons like her, and she dealt with folks' hips. But I met her at a fashion show
in 2010. Yes,
that's right, because she was they were dressed. She dressed, and she looked phenomenal. And I was sitting next to her and her friend, and I said, "Can I just say, y'all look amazing?" Because they were like, boom. And that's how we became friends.
Wow.
Just having a conversation. Because when I looked at them, you know, the Contessa is her friend.
Yeah.
And I said, what? She said, well, I'm Contessa, and I'm, you know, Emmy Hecht. And I was like, wait, did she just say she's Contessa? I don't know any Contessas. She was my first Contessa.
Oh my God.
And so the two of them made it a point to stay friends. They made sure they knew where I was, and we would talk a lot. And when Mary Ellen wrote the book, she you know, she just passed. She was like 94, 95. And she really wanted to get the idea of giving folks a way to age with some grace and some humor. And she said, my book's dry. Come on and help me do this. And I was like, what? Really? And she's like, yeah. I said, I know nothing about major surgery. She said, just talk about the stuff that I'll write this and then you write some stuff.
Wow.
And so that's what we did. So we did it in tandem.
Oh.
And then of course, earlier this year, she passed away.
Yeah.
Devastating, because I was so excited to get her to talk about just her own history, and why a hip surgeon, and why do you love opera, and how come what made you a fashionista? You know, the two of them, the Contessa's with us, and the Contessa I adore, and I really wanted to make sure that I got this done before she passed, but she knew that we had gotten the publisher and that the book was coming out.
Wow.
And so I feel like it was okay that she went when she needed to go.
Because I know I
magnificent.
remember you saying in an interview that this book was her dream, was her dream, this book. And there's so many wonderful stories in here, and you guys give great tips from like your physical, health to your mental health. And I enjoyed reading it so much. If she was here next to you, what do you think she would say to everyone who's watching this interview to try to make people real? Because look, I'm 46 years old and I love this book. So you don't have to be like an old bra. Like you can just, anybody can read it, So what do you think she would say if she was here next to you?
Well, she would say, we are all old broads. 25-year-olds are old broads. What you have to take from this book is the best way to have the greatest life you possibly can.
Yes.
The tips are, and sometimes you have to encourage people. People think, oh, I've gotten to be a certain age and, I don't think about this anymore. It's like, no, that's not true. You are thinking about it.
Exactly.
You're just scared of it.
Yes.
So stop being scared, and here are some ways to engage.
Yeah.
So she would just say to people, take some time and figure out how you're living.
Yeah.
Are you living the best way you can, or can you do it better? Can I help you?
Yeah.
That really is what this book is about.
I loved the relationship you guys had together. By reading it, you can feel it, and I just felt like I could just I could see it, And I also love the relationship that you have with Barbara Walters, because I have to tell you, one of the best decisions she's ever made was asking you to come on The View, because I've been watching it, with my husband when it premiered in 1997, and then you come on in 2007, season 11, and you just bring something. I think because you speak for so many of us, especially for the LGBTQ plus community. And as a matter of fact, we were there a couple weeks ago when at a taping when Senator Ted Cruz was on the show.
Yes.
Oh yes. But Whoopi, you did something that was so beautiful, because the audience was nervous and was intense, like with the protesters, but you used humor to make us feel relaxed, because we didn't know what was happening. We got nervous, and we were in the front row. But it was just so comforting to see you do that. And it's such a skill. Do you always, when things get intense, do you try to use like humor to like lighten up the mood so people can just chill and feel safe?
Yeah, because when people are tense, anything can happen, and so you want to get everybody just breathing.
Yeah.
Breathing and chuckling, that was, I don't think anybody was anticipating anything like that, and so we had to find our bearings, to get back to what we were doing. So it required a lot of breath.
Wow.
We were all breathing a lot at the table.
Wow, it was great.
Yeah.
I know you had such a beautiful relationship with your beloved mother, who had passed away in August of 2010. You had a beautiful relationship with your brother, who passed away in May of 2015. I just lost my mother earlier this year at the age of 65. She was my everything.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, how have you been able to move forward? Because I remember you said a couple days after, you said no one will ever love me like that again, meaning your mother, because you remember you saying that. So how have you been able to move forward and still honor your beloved mother and your beloved brother?
Well, here's the thing, and I'll say this to you because it's what I write to my friends. There are things that you will never understand or be prepared for. This is one of them. And the thing that you have to know is that we all think, okay, if I get through the next month or the next couple of days, and then it'll be over, and then I'll feel differently. This is going to be with you always. And you have to be prepared for the strange times when you are overwhelmed with it. You must just go and sit down and do whatever you need to do. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to stomp your feet, stomp your feet. If you need to yell, yell. Do it. And once you start to recognize that this is going to happen, it's not going to happen every day all the time, but it's going to be for a while. You're going to be, because no one has said, listen, you have to be prepared for someone to leave, because even when they tell you, when it's a parent, it is vastly different. And when it's your mom, that's the first connection to life, So your grieving is vastly different.
Mm.
It is going to be vastly different. And so you have to make it work for you. So if you're out someplace and you hear a piece of music, or you're standing there talking to somebody and her smell wafts past you, you're allowed to stop and say, that's my, did you smell that? And sometimes they say, no, well, I just felt my mom walk by. Invite people into it,
Oh,
you know, and don't push people away. They don't know how to talk to you
wow.
with this loss. Unless they've been through it, it's very hard. So you can't be mad at your friends who may not know how or may not have reached out. Because you think that, why didn't you do? Because they don't know how.
Mm.
It's really hard. This is the hardest one.
Oh, you're right.
You know, this is the hardest one. And so you have to be forgiving of people, and you have to forgive those closest to you because they may not be going through it the same way.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, I will remember that. I will remember that, you know, I remember your mom said a long time ago, she said when you were born, you came out head first, one arm, then the other arm, and you had your thumb in your mouth. And,
In the light.
And, yes, and she knew you were going to be special. And she always
Yes.
told you, Whoopi, she said, you can dream big, but just always be yourself. So that 8-year-old girl, Whoopi, who I think you were a teapot, an elf, and you were in a bunny. I knew there was a third one, you were a bunny at the Rubenstein Children's Theater. When you did that, did you know how special you were and how talented you were, Whoopi, at 8 years old?
No, all I knew is I really liked being other people. And it was not because I didn't like being me. It was just, I liked to be, I could be a Martian from outer space. I could be anything. I could be anything, go anywhere. I could have any kind of story I wanted to.
Wow.
And her attitude was, there's nothing wrong with that. Because I wasn't saying, you know, you don't see me, you don't love me. It was all about, I think this is what I like. And she'd say, okay, it's hard work.
Wow.
You know, but sure, go ahead. And my brother would go, all right, do I have to continue to listen to you read the Oscar speeches you've written?
Yes.
Because, you know, I'm 6 years older than you and I don't want to anymore. And so we were all, you know, kind of okay with that.
Oh
but then,
God.
Of course, I made him go with me. So he had to hear the last speech anyway.
Oh my God. I love, because Whoopi, I know when you were a kid, you would always do your Oscar speeches to your mom and your brother. So then when you won, like for Ghost in 1991, like I just can't even imagine how proud your mom and your brother must have been of you, because here was the little girl always doing this, you know, making the speech every year. And now you're on stage. I mean, you know, Whoopi, my last question is this, really, because this is why you inspire me. Because I remember in the late 70s, you were saying that you were on food stamps and you were getting $64 a month for you and your daughter, Alex. And I think it's so incredible because you worked your butt off. You believed in yourself. But I'm curious, what was it in you that made you say, I'm not going to give up on life? Even when things, because, you know, there were times people were telling you, oh, you look different, you sound different. But that didn't stop you. So what was it, Whoopi, that was inside of you said, you know what? I'm going to go for my dreams. I'm going to go for my dreams and no one's going to stop me.
Well, I just didn't know what else to do. I mean, this was the thing that I wanted to do. And I was prepared to always be on stage or in a community theater as long as I could do it, as long as I could go and act. And, you know, getting to be in the movies was not something I ever really thought about seriously for myself. I always hoped I could make a movie, but, you know, well, okay, I can always be an actor wherever. I can go do what I do anywhere.
Wow.
And so that was always my thinking. And because I knew that if this didn't work, I could, you know, go and do bricklaying, but I would always have the theater to fall back on. That was my fallback position, was the theater.
Yes.
You know, and movies in my mind. These were the things I could, you know, do if, you know, I had time during my bricklaying job. You know, so it's nice that it took a different kind of turn.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is what we want to do, Whoopi. I have something that I'm going to send to your team. Because you're such a huge inspiration to all of us, what we've done, my husband created this, we're going to give you this award. And it's a legend award because you definitely are a legend. So we're going to give you this. It's a legend award that it has all of your pictures. Patrick, here's another copy so you can see closely. So here's what it looks like. It has all your pictures, you know, from Sister Act, Ghost, you got Star Trek, your Broadway show, The Color
Paolo,
Purple.
this is wonderful. You two, this is gorgeous. You didn't have to do
No,
that. Isn't
then
that
this is what it says.
wonderful?
This quote that's on this award. It's your words. You say, "I am the American dream. I am the epitome of what the American dream basically said." It said you could come from anywhere and be anything you want in this country. That's exactly what I've done. So that's why we're giving you the Spoonful of Paolo Ultimate Dream Award, because Whoopi, you deserve it. You deserve it. You inspire us all. You're a beautiful soul, and we just love you. Okay.
Thank you, Paolo. It's to both of you. This is magnificent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know my mom is looking down. You know, when she was sick, she had cancer. During the 10 months, we watched Sister Act, and she just loved you so much. So I know my mother made this all happen, as my husband was saying this earlier. So like, she's looking down, and I know she's proud of me, and you know, she's always proud of
Yes.
you. So
You
yeah,
know, of course, you know she's proud of you.
thank you,
You are
Whoopi.
her child.
Yeah,
She raised you to be strong,
yeah,
to know where you were going to go,
yeah.
and to take your time getting there. And she's with you always. You won't always feel it, but what I will tell you
Mm.
is, are you a sleeper? Do you sleep?
I'm a sleeper, but I'm not a napper like you, because in the book you say you're not a napper, and I'm like, Patrick, I'm not a
No,
napper either, but
no.
I'm a sleeper if I can get my mind to quiet down.
So there are sound machines to help that happen. Pay attention to your dreams.
Mm.
That's where she'll come and see you.
Thank you.
Well, actually, both of you.
Okay.
The both of you, pay attention to your dreams. That's where she'll come.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
This is all I have to say. I love you. You're an angel. And everyone, go see Till. Get the book, Two Old Broads. Christmas is coming. Holidays are coming. It's a great gift for everyone. And Whoopi, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a guest. Thank you, thank you, thank
Paolo,
you.
it's an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, Whoopi, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you maybe at a taping of The View. You never know,
Yeah,
okay?
come back and see
I
it.
will,
Come
I
back
will.
again.
I promise, I
Okay.
will. Love you, Whoopi Goldberg. Say
Love
goodbye,
you.
say
Thank you,
goodbye,
baby. Where are
Patrick.
you?
Here's Patrick,
Thank you,
yeah.
Patrick. Thank the two of you.
Well, you're welcome. We'll send this award then to your team, and then we'll make sure you get it then, okay?
Okay.
Okay, love you, Whoopi. Have a great day.
Love you.
Thank you,
Oh,
bye-bye.
thank you. Yes.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Thanks, bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh, my God, so beautiful.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I just like,
What happened?
I felt very emotional because like, I don't know, like when you dream so big and then it happens and you waited such a long time, it just makes me keep wanting to dream bigger and bigger and bigger. So I don't know, like it was such a beautiful moment to have interviewed Whoopi Goldberg, and I'm so grateful to her and her team, to you, my husband. I know my mom would be so proud of us, and we did it. And I want anyone out there to just be inspired and don't give up. I mean, it took 11 years and it was worth the wait, you know? So if you have a dream, you do it. You don't let anyone tell you no, okay? You don't let anyone tell you no. I love you. Thank you.
We did it. We're all crying in here.